Hi there, Leo. How are you guys doing? I really hope that this video finds you well. Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Anisa from the Inner Stereo. This is going to be your love general messages. It's a general reading, so the roles might get reversed or it may or may not resonate with you. And if this reading resonates with you, there's going to be a link down in the description box below for a personal reading with me, okay? So in this reading, Leo, it's going to be a you versus them format. I'm going to be pulling card about who is it that we're going to be talking about today and what their current energy is like, your challenges, past, present, future from both parties, and we're going to clarify them. And I'm also going to be pulling some advice card for you by the end of the session, okay? Ooh, Three of Swords. I'm going to have to be really honest with you though, Leo. Like this is, it looks good for me, all right, from now, especially from their energy. But they have the Three of Swords, they have the Two of Wands, they have the Sun card, and they also have the Ten of Cups in reverse. I don't feel that we're talking about somebody that is really new. So even if it's somebody, if you're dealing with someone that is really new, it means that this person sees right through all of the pain that you have been experiencing. But I feel that this is the energy of somebody that you've had a history with already, where this person right now had kind of like distanced himself away from the problem and not really taking things way too personally. And they're able to kind of like strategize or plan on how to fix things because they feel that in this present moment, the Ten of Cups is not enough proposition, meaning that there is no collective happiness within this connection. It's either this relationship is a relationship in which it just makes you happy or it just makes them happy. Now, in the past, this person is the Ace of Swords and also the Five of Swords in reverse. And from your side, you have the Hierophant and you also have the King of Pentacles. You're very invested in this person. And I feel that this person wants no conflict with you. Okay, they want to get out of a period of conflict with you and they kind of like have the idea on how to do that. And I feel that there's an emotional intelligence that I'm seeing happening in the present moment in which they are starting to understand the heart of the matter when it comes to this connection. But again, we're going to clarify what this is, okay? In the present moment, they have the Strength and also the Queen of Cups. From your side, you have the Temperance and you also have the Two of Cups. I feel that right now they're just basically exercising like a lot of patience in order to understand what's the deal about this connection and how they could approach this connection in a more heartfelt matter. And I feel that you're going to be seeing it really soon if it hasn't happened already, because I feel that you are going to be finding some newfound optimism when it comes to this connection, that things are actually aligning, that things are actually walking or moving into a direction in which you wanted it to be. Now, in the future, they have the Queen of Wands and also the Ace of Cups. From your side, you have the Ace of Wands and you also have the Seven of Wands. There is some restructuring that you are wanting to do within this connection. I feel that you either wanting to restructure the communication aspect of the connection, or you kind of like wants to restructure the agreement that you have within this connection. I feel that there's going to be that type of communication. I feel that one of the biggest challenges within this connection, especially with the Moon and also the Four of Cups in reverse in here, is the inability to really communicate from that vulnerable place. It could come from you or it could come from them. One person in this relationship feels that they're being kept in the dark and there is no assurances happening. And in order for us to get that type of assurances, we need to go to that vulnerable place and start to communicate in that vulnerable way, right? But I feel that one person within this connection has a problem of doing so. But I do feel that everything is just going to go good in the future. So we'll see, okay? Let's get into your reading, Leo, and let's start clarifying them. I feel that this person right now is just buying time. So this person is not going to be acting on impulses. They're just like, okay, there are some things that I've messed up, with the Five of Cups in here. There's something here that I mourn. There's something here that I deeply regret, even though that shadow side of them or that unhealthy patterns that they have sometimes comes into their mind. We're like, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're not, you're going to be losing in this power struggles and yada, yada, yada. But I do feel that they're right now seeing the potentials of like, what, actually me and Leo have the potentials to work on things together. And if we were to be changing the pattern that we once had, maybe it's going to lead to something that is good. Okay. If you're single and ready to mingle, there might be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, or a Sagittarius or a Leo that may show up in your life, and you would just have that instant connection, that instant chemistry with them. You like how vulnerable they are, or you like how they're able to listen. You see, whoever it is that we're talking about right now, this person really wants to equalize the equilibrium within this connection so that they're able to have this with you. Because right now in their overall energy, they have the 10 of Cups in reverse, right? Where they feel that the emotional connection or the emotional bonding that they're wanting to build with you is not really happening right now. And I feel that they're really, really wanting to work on this, Leo. Let's clarify the Temperance right there from your side. Ooh. All right. Okay. When the more that we feel this is what you need to understand, Leo. The more that you feel towards somebody, the more triggering it will become. The more that this person would trigger your fear of abandonment, your fear of rejection, your fear of what if this is something that is unstable, fear of betrayal as well, okay? And I feel that you might feel it. The more that you're attached to somebody, the more that you start to become vulnerable to somebody, the more fear starts to develop in your mind. And I'm seeing this right here. So with the Temperance, you have the Page of Cups, the Sun, and also the Star card. I feel that this is still your wish fulfillment. This is still something that makes you happy. This is still a directions in which you really, really want to be going to. However, again, as I said earlier, the more attached you are, the more vulnerable you become with a person, the more overthinking you've become. You might have a little bit of a Virgo placement, some of you, maybe Venus and Virgo, that makes sense. Because you're like, I want it to be real. I want it to be, Pentacles. I want it to stay there for a very long time. I want it to be consistent. I want it to be persistent. I want it to be stable. I want it to be trustworthy. I want it to be reliable. You're overthinking a lot of things here. Okay, let's clarify the future, Leo. So Queen of Wands clarified by the 7 of Cups, the 6 of Cups, and also the Moon card in a preposition. From your side, you have the Death, you have the 2 of Pentacles, and you also have the 4 of Wands. I feel that this person is really missing the dynamic that you've had before, way before. Because this person sometimes is kind of like reminiscing about the good part of the relationship when it was really, really sweet, right? Like this person is being very, very nostalgic of that. And they're kind of like quite wondering whether or not that type of sweet memories that they've once shared with you could happen again. And I feel that this person is going to, again, it's very like strategizing, planning, putting a little bit of an actions in order to ensure that the dynamic is going to go back to once it was. Okay. But, however, from your side, you have the Ace of Wands clarified by the Death, the 2 of Pentacles, and also the 4 of Wands. I don't feel that you want the dynamic to be how it was in the past, because for you, it was too unstable. Sorry. I just recovered from something, but you think it was too unstable. So what they miss about this connection is not something that you would like to repeat. Interesting. You don't want this connection to be how it was in the past. Because for you, it was just way too unstable. And you want this, the Four of Wands, something that you can rejoice as something stable. Four is square, something that is of a structurally stable, I mean. And again, I just feel that this is a concept that is still foreign for them. You know what I mean? So it's like something that you want, but it's a concept that is still foreign from them. You're expecting something from somebody whom I feel that has never experienced or has never done it in their life. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups from their side. Let's see the Seven of Wands from your side. I feel that restructures that you would like to establish within this connection, you're really pushing through for it. This person in the future, again, this person loves you. This person actually loves you and willing to work on it more than you actually think about it. But it's more about you're introducing a concept that is foreign to them, especially you pushing for your own self-preservation, for your own wish fulfillment, for your own emotional needs and emotional demands. It's a concept that is foreign to them, maybe because in the past you didn't do that. You didn't really tell them what are your emotional needs are, and you didn't stand behind your emotional needs. Because, you know, sometimes we can just like say like, come on, I need you to be doing this because it will make me feel good. It will make me feel good. But then when they don't do it, you don't give them that consequences. You know, you don't establish a type of boundaries. But I feel that in the future, you are really going to be standing behind your emotional needs that you're going to be pushing, which is, again, something that is foreign to them, something that is new to them. They haven't seen it from you in the past, right? But I just do feel that this person, I mean, as much as you would like to just take a giant leap of faith within this connection, I feel that you're starting to understand who you are, what is your value, and what is it that you want out of the connection, which I really, really like. So, yeah, it's a good thing for you here, Leo, but I just feel that this person is gonna go through stages of shock. Okay. Let's pull some advice card for you here, Leo. Nine of Swords, the Two of Swords, and also the Hangman. Okay, keep in mind that this is a after tarot deck, so it's going to be very different than the traditional Rider-Waite tarot. Remember when I said that every time you get vulnerable or every time you get attached towards a certain somebody, you get to overthink. All of your fear of betrayal, your fear of abandonment, your fear of rejections, and all of that starts to show up. Here's your first advice here, Leo. Nine of Swords. Kill that monster in your head. You are worthy. You are important. You are loved. You're valuable. You're divinely very beautiful. Okay? Cut that thing out of your head. I know that it's very hard, right? But try to do that, because why would you want to create a lot of gray hairs in your head? You have the Two of Swords in here. Come to a place where you're not decided on anything. You know, I relate to you. I'm a fire sign myself, right? Like I'm a Sagittarius, you guys are a Leo, and we're always like rushing to an action, or we're always rushing to make something. We don't like to be staying in the same place over and over again. So there is this sense of like all or nothing from your side, but maybe sometimes it's good or it's best to leave things be, to come from a place where we're just observing how things are and then make a decision about it. Be patient. That's exactly the advice. Be patient and cut that monsters in your head. You are beautiful, Leo, okay? And especially with the Hangman right here, you also need to give a little bit of appreciation towards yourself because you've went through a lot. And if you're not loving towards yourself, who is going to love you? If you're not kind towards yourself because you've been very strong, because you've been very brave, because you've been very smart, who is going to do it for you? Okay? Be your biggest supporter, Leo. All right? So I think that is it for my reading for you here, Leo. I hope that you find tons and tons of clarity that you've been looking for. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another weekly reading. All right? Bye-bye, guys. Have a great day. I love you.